Welcome guys, it's the last week of the season 20 of North American Online League. 20 seasons in just a few years. This is very impressive, very big success. Great. Without any further delays, let's go straight into the games. We have 1Q through 4Q today. OGS ranks tend to be a little stronger than usual, so bear that in mind. First game we see Jerry Young, for example, here is Texas Wolf is his handle, but he's also known as AGA's strongest one dan. So he's playing as a 1Q, so it just shows you guys how strong our naol ratings are. Okay, let's see how the AGA's strongest one dan plays the game. Yes, if you guys are wondering, it is self-proclaimed. We didn't actually have a one dan tournament in the AGA. Alright, very normal Josekis here. Nowadays, you guys will see this crawling move more often. This just pleases aesthetically the Go player's eyes a little more, because this is a little more balanced, 3 stones on either side, but not strictly important or significant. Another this is a very deliberate, slow, and methodical 2-space extension. Okay, I would recommend something faster, but as you guys can see, this is like a half pointer, so this is no problem. One more thing to mention about this 2-space extension is that it's a very classic 19th century, 20th century, my bad, move. Li Changho was the player who was most famous for playing exactly this Joseki and also that 2-space jump. This is totally okay, and it's all good. By the way, guys, so here you guys are watching the first set of game reviews on the North American Online League. My reviews are for Jerry, Milan, and Bob. 3 games here. There may be some breakout rooms in this Zoom call happening at the same time, 7 to 8 p.m. There's a breakout room 1 and a breakout room 2 potentially. Alright, so we are gonna continue on to our game. Very good normal moves. Approach the corner, black defends the corner, and a slide. Another very classic 1990s, very famous 1990s kind of move. In the modern openings, this move is to be tanuki'd. Also, if you do play the classic Joseki, the 3-3 is no problem. And the game goes on very tame, very not too much fighting so far. Okay, black approaches the corner, makes perfect sense. Good. Another, so this is a relatively aggressive pincer. A little aggressive because black has a few more stones on the lower left corner, and white is going into black's circle of influence, so to speak. And black continues to make this jumping out. The next move is jumping left hand, or maybe another pincer is in order. Let's see how the moves are picked. Black pincers, all these moves make perfect logical sense. A slide and a jump. Another, a very fighty situation turns into relatively peaceful, and white continues to press with this cut. Just be careful, don't leave white this push and cut. That would be bad. So black does not fall for it. That's totally good. Right here, there's a few things to be careful about in this fight. Of course, one is if black is totally able to capture white, then it's all good. If black is not, then black has to be reasonably careful. And for example, if white plays a turn, the black looks like it will work. In fact, black can even play this very, very aggressive move. Great, great, great. If white plays this jump, this is something to be a little bit careful of. If you push, you will run into this this weird but very, very strong thing, and the weakness is in the corner here with the two cuts. So at this point, black has to go back, and then white connects, and all of a sudden white connects home while at the same time doing damage to black. This would be white's ideal case, but yeah, this is a very, very complicated reading situation. White does not read it out and leaves the position. It's very tempting for black now to go for something like these kinds of pushes to fix whatever aji there is in sente. That would be normal and fine. In the game, of course, the more likely scenario happens. Both sides just takes it as given that the two white stones are dead, and the players move out. Makes a lot of sense. At this moment, black has a chance to aim for some super efficiency or efficiency beyond what the situation looks like it deserves. And the move right now is to play the knight's move over here. This intentionally exposes a little bit of a cutting point. Well, one cutting point, but if white does choose to cut black, white will do more damage to himself in the process than the amount of damage that he dishes out. So this is a good moment. And if white continues to play in the middle, taking care of this group as reasonably expected, when black next places black, black is very black is noticeably very, very efficient this way. So when black connects, this somewhat slows the development speed down a little bit for black, and that's why we recommended that other super efficient move. Okay. The game continues. White is the only one with a bit of a weakness, a bit of a weak group. Black, having connected, is pretty strong on the lower left. Very interesting here how white plays one move and then continues to develop the left-hand side. Very greedy, very recommended, a very, very good idea. At this moment, this block is very, very big. This is because this block is making a territory, a 4-space extension to the corner, and it's making territory with the, relatively speaking, weakest black groups on the board. So this is doing black a lot of good in terms of thickness value, safety, and also some territory value. And so this is a perfect prime example of very, very good sustainable development. Okay, let's see what black, okay, in the game black presses. This is very attacking, very good too. And white jumps, and black does play this block, so basically everything checks out. And as long as black gets that block, it feels like black is now able to take control of the thickness, relative thickness in the game, and also black does have a lot of territory. The only place that is significant for white in terms of territory is the left-hand side, and this is only less than 30 points, so over the whole board, white will have less than 50. If black is able to surround the top left, this would be about 20, 30, 40, 50. Black would have about 60. So territory-wise, it's pretty close, but white is the only one with a weak group in the middle here, as expected, as we talked about, and black can leverage this advantage later on. This is perhaps why white went for a very strong and overplay of a cut over here. Let's see how this goes. Black just extends, okay, and white, if you cut and you don't save your stone, it's a little bit less, and so that's understandable, but this is a place where white spent one move and black is totally secure on the right hand side group, the top right corner. And so now all black needs to do is take care of the lower right corner, and black can do a very good, efficient job at this by taking endgame moves, taking territory in the white corner, and taking it and making it into a black corner. So black is rapidly overtaking white in the race to get more territory, and so perhaps this kind of a snowball effect is what makes white very very not so much desperate right now, but very you can tell how white really wants to get more territory at this point. That's why this press is played. Another move that's very, very important is to connect the middle stones to the top side. This would be the flip side, the white side of the same thing we talked about before. This would be an example of white making territory with the weakest stones on the board for white, and that would be very, very efficient. And so the focus of the game is now going to be on how black is going to destroy this territory, and if black is able to get some continued attacks after destroying the territory. So something like this happens and black just plays like a diagonal move, and then like a pressure move like this, he will not do well in the game, and that would not be befitting of the AGA's strongest one time. So white gives black the opportunity. Let's see how he plays in this position. A direct cut. Okay. Super strong, good luck, and it's definitely a good choice. A more attack focused, pressure focused attack would be somewhere on the top, destroy the territory potential, and also threaten the surrounding stones. Okay, black just goes for this attach cut. Let's see what he has in plan. If white just blocks and black cuts, this is actually quite good for white. There's no cuts, and white captures one stone. I think there was some other plans here, maybe involving some wedges, for example. So in the game, white somewhat panics a little and then plays this PP move. The hope is to threaten black with this cut, and then when black connects, for example, white would feel much better about connecting here. Yeah, that would make sense, except white is overlooking one very important threat in his own shape, and that is black is already totally alive in the corner, and so black connects the attachment stone back to the outside half of the group. Remember that in the corner, this is at worst a straight 4 for black, and it's totally alive. So whenever you guys are thinking about a cut, contemplating a peep, that kind of thing, there's one easy rule of thumb, and that is if you cut your opponents into 2 pieces, and if one of the pieces, if one half of the cut up groups is totally alive, does not need anything, then it's typically not worth it, because generally speaking, it takes your opponent one move to be okay, and you have just spent one move to cut, and so that's it's 2 moves for 1 move. So in this case, white is now spending a move to black preemptively deals with the cut by connecting this outside group and then giving it a backdoor or a possible connect to the left hand side. And when white pushes here, good thing white does not go for this cut. This would be really wasting a move, and then all black has to do is connect, and white spends 3 moves attacking, black spends two moves connecting and completing the surround on the outside against this white group. And so this is the Gote treatment is real for this peep, and this is the black taking an insurmountable lead in this game. At the end here, white spends 3 moves dying on the inside, black spends 4 moves capturing white on the outside, white spends a move. So basically 4 moves for 4 moves, and white simply dies for free. So this game ended very abruptly here, very high quality, because both sides appear to have realized exactly what is going on. And so good. Yeah. So sometimes when you look for safety, you know, this is a good case of white looking for something that's absolutely safe, but it was absolutely the opposite. It was absolutely suicidal. And so let this be a warning for you guys. If you look for absolute safety, chances are not good that you will find safety. Whereas if you do play something like, you know, something more you know, in line with your position, like fighting the fight head on, you know, white would have done better. So the key is don't panic. Panic does make your moves more like these. And in the game, white played a what was counted on as a sente move, but it ended up being total Gote and dead on the inside. So very instructive first game. Good. We now see the tournament organizer Milan playing as 2Q versus Dawei Zhang playing as 2Q as well. Dawei here, I just saw him at the New York tournament last weekend, so a very strong player. I believe he is Fox 4 or 5 dan, so very good. Milan is our tournament organizer. By the way, good of Milan to have me review, means I'm his favorite reviewer, means I'm the best reviewer, right? When the tournament organizer wants you to review their games. Great. This really stroked my ego here. Good. Alright, in all seriousness, this game starts with a move in the middle of the board, we'll say this, and white totally, you know, does the same thing. They are game, and however, it's just the first 2 moves, and black goes for normal openings after that. Good. This is a very complicated pinwheel crosscut Joseki here. Totally good. This block is not the most common Joseki, but it's valid and it's gonna be okay. The most common pinwheel, full pinwheel Joseki looks like this, and both moves are okay afterwards. This game is totally okay too. It relies on this Atari and a jump. This is very similar to the 2-space high pincer complicated Joseki, and the results are comparable. Okay, so black plays this jump. This is totally okay too. I'm sure this is one of the Joseki variations. Let's see how white handles this. Extend up. This is going to be sente threatening that push and cut. There looks like it's gonna work. Black is gonna respond, but so the safest response is to play this move. There's no cuts. This is a bamboo. The slightly more middle of the road response is to press. This does a lot more. This opens up the exchange possibilities like this, for example. This is a good example of sustainable development. Here, if white plays here, it's very complicated. Black has to make sure this does not work for white. Unfortunately, I think this does work for white. So That's a weakness there, and this press is a most aggressive move, but it noticeably does not protect the cut also, and this is going to allow white to be able to just strengthen the two stones on the outside, and also at the same time threaten do a dual threat, double threat against the two black weaknesses. So here, let's see how white played in the game. White just cuts. I think this is okay too. Jump would be that classic getting a mi shape, but black has a very efficient way to protect the cutting point by going into the corner a little with this move, and I'm guessing that if white then just captures these and allows black to capture 1-2, black is okay. Black may of course pick the block, back to what we talked about in the beginning, and this is probably, I guess I don't see any reason for black to be unhappy in this case. Looks like the territory is bigger than white's territory, and black has no cutting points. White is already being cut, even though white is able to capture the cutting stones. I think that is a little better for black. Okay, so white cuts, extends, and black presses. This is now a very good moment for black. White needs to save the two stones in the middle, and if white just jumps, white has no follow-up push and cut. So this is so this jump is now white giving up the initiative, and this extend at 2 by black is very interesting as well. If you just Atari, you get Gote for sure. Even though this is fine at the moment, you get Gote for sure. If you extend and white turns to Atari, maybe black can get Sente here, and Sente of course is great. White may fight back against this by pushing and then turning to Atari. This way black gets like one more line of extension, one more space, one more space of speed. So this is faster speed of development. So this is a very interesting extension move. It's a very reserved move, while the Atari is in our opponent's face kind of move. And as you guys know, I am a very in their face kind of Go player. I'm a very in your face kind of Go player. So whenever I talk about a move that's very reserved, very quiet, very this kind of reserved move, it's always a good move, because this is not my natural inclination as a Go player. Okay, all of that is moot, as in the game of white, Han is here, not willing to concede the little bit of value on the bottom, and this gives black the chance to black Ataris. This gives black the chance to Hane and capture the two white stones by itself. As long as this happens, I can't see how this is good. This is going to be very bad for white. Maybe white can play another Sente move and capture two of the black stones, but the big problem here is that white's initial stone at A is very, very damaged next to a very strong black shape, and black can just do some pincers like this, and it looks pretty good for black overall. Okay, in the game, black Ataris, and then as you guys can see, black is also a very in-your-face kind of player. I like it. It's very similar to my playing style, but at this moment, black probably wants to not exchange that Atari and just go back and capture the two stones. This gives the bottom two black stones a little bit more life than the game would. And here, capture the two stones fully is a lot thicker, a lot more thickness and safety for the right hand side is what I recommend. The game connect is even though white is still captured, but in the future you can imagine white playing this move You have to squeeze him, and if anything, this move is sente, and a little bit of liberties goes a long way to help white's one stone on the right hand side. So okay, white plays the empty corner, very, very big. Black plays another empty corner, good, good, good. And notably here, note how white has left this move for black to take. This is a huge move. It's saving 2 stones. But because of this connect that we played earlier, when white turns here, this has suspicions or inclinations or attributes of attacking black on both sides. If black plays on one side, white is now able to escape with these stones. And if black spends another move to, totally capture the 2 white stones, the left-hand side group is a lot more in danger than before. And so as a result, it looks like when black connected here, this is best, this is very good, and it helps with the fighting on the left. Whereas this Atari gives white a couple of sente moves, it feels like this doesn't help on the fighting on the left very much, but because of this potential for white to turn over here and threaten both sides, both shapes on the 2 sides for black, black would rather have this n5 stone rather at 06, where the 2 stones are captured, and treating this m5 stone as a more expendable piece. So even for the fighting on the left, B is as good, if not better, than A, and clearly B is much better for black in terms of thickness. It's 2 stones captured for sure, and of course it helps the right hand side much more than A does. So here we have found we have went through a process and reached some very reasonable conclusions about how to improve on one of our moves, on a black move in the game. And this continuous improvement process is the secret to progressively making oneself stronger and stronger, and continued improvement. Okay, good. Alright, so here white took the corner, black took the outside. Black plays a very reasonable pincer. However, right here, note there's a bit of weakness in the black shape like this. Just a very simple example, if white just pushes out like this, he gets an Atari and a tiger mouse. Right now, black is able to hold this shape by connecting underneath here, but imagine if the first black move is any further than this, black will not be able to connect, and that's what we have in the game. So if white pushes, black basically can't block the white stone. This is a very good fight for white. So as a result, the amount of attacking that we're doing to white is not as important as the amount of defense and development that we're gonna do to ourselves by playing a closer extension move. Another noticeably thick move is here to turn. Okay, so black plays there, white plays the corner, and black plays another move here. This is very interesting. This is looking to surround a very large territory. That's good. However, whenever we do want to surround territory like this, the most important thing is the amount of thickness and not how big the territory is. And if we think about where does black have potential weaknesses in this shape, it's here on the top, as we talked about before, and also here if white turns, and just some simple moves like these are all sentes, and this is white expanding the white area on the bottom as well. So this is already a bit hard to answer for black. And so here's the recommended expansion move is actually to press. Of course, we already recommended this jump from before, saving the stones. This is clearly very, very big. And another recommendation would be to invade more on the left, or continue to strengthen the top by there's one good way to attack the 3 white stones on the top, maybe something like this, something like this. This makes this push out less severe than before from the same cutting theory that we talked about from the other game. If one side, if one of the 2 cut sides are already safe, then it makes cutting not so important anymore. And so over here, for example, black is now able to allow white to push through and cut black because white's not surrounding extra territory, and black is already safe on the top. So that's also another very big area to play. When we do these attacks, remember that we always want to play something that's as valuable as possible for ourselves. And in this case, this kind of making one half of the potentially cut group totally safe is also protecting that cut indirectly, and that's how we can get a lot of good value out of our moves in that case. Good. So in the game, white plays the most aggressive move possible, not the press that we talked about, and we'll see a bit of the downsides. When black pushes, and if white continues to prosecute the cut, white will end up connecting, and now this is a gote cut, and black is able to play the first move, taking care of the stones. White did not like this. Therefore, I'm sure white regrets not playing the press out. This way, white gets a first move on the right, and the difference is 1 move, which is 1 move in Go terms is night and day. Okay, good. So a big misstep by white, and now white looks for these attachments, looks for aji, but all of this is all trying to band-aid up the major loss that comes from this cut turning into a gote cut as opposed to a sente cut. So while the attempt here is very, very admirable and everything, this is not going to solve white's overall problem in this board. There is one very good recommendation here though for white, and that's to use this cut. Don't play the cut, but use it as a fancy peep to force black to defend here. And the move specifically recommended is here. So this way, instead of spending a move to cut black and not getting territory in return or value in return, why not make the cut so good that it forces your opponent to connect? So the in and out is 1 move by white turns into 1 move by black. So so here that's a great way to use the cut. And now that we have this 1 move, now if white cuts, this looks like it's much easier to deal with. Just extend and then block is sente, to maybe just block as a sente move when black connects. This looks like something that white can reasonably easily take care of. Good. So that's recommended. Let's see how white played in the game. White cuts. This allows black to capture the most outside stone here, and this is white getting into a lot of trouble. This is because remember, one of the big weaknesses in the black shape is this cut, and if white ends up allowing black a backdoor over here on the right to connect, this cut loses all of the threatening power that it had. And moreover, white may be able to capture 1 black stone here on the near the bottom group, but as long as black gives this one stone up, the two white stones would be captured securely. This solidifies and makes into thickness what we talked about earlier, gets rid of all of these agi, and all of a sudden black is now totally strong everywhere, and white is going to be the only one facing a lot of pressure the rest of the game. And in this case, this invasion would be a failure because while it destroyed territory, white ended up with a lot of obligations, a lot of stones, and it didn't create any weaknesses in the black shape. Okay, so here white is very desperate, plays a squeezing move. Here black plays very nice. This is totally proper, cutting the white shape. Ooh, interesting. So white pushes and black does cut. This is very, very strong. This leads to a ko like this. The other idea that we talked about could be used very well here. Extend, allow white to connect, and then play this push to capture the rest of the white positions, and just happily pocketing the gains that are made. This is good for black AB exchange, and just allow this to happen. This happens a lot when your opponent really wants to make sure that something works. You sort of just allow the opponent to reach his primary objective, while as black here, you're getting a lot in return as well. And this looks very good. You know, black is capturing a lot and everything. Anyways, the ko is very heavy for white as well, so let's see how it went. White cut Ataris, black captures to respond once to the ko. That's okay. White probably wants to Atari this way, but white is a little desperate. Black, however, does have one local ko threat, even though this one is a hard one to play. This is a very interesting shape. Okay, white does not prosecute. Okay, white needs one more ko threat, but you know, probably cannot find it at this moment. This is a very interesting move by white. This one threatens to connect here and then to try to keep black captured here. This is a liberty race, so white may need this, but this would be a way that white is able to keep the ko alive, keeps a ko going, and at the same time white is now able to get the corner alive, and then this way you know, white really significantly decreases his the amount he stands to lose with the ko. So in the game, white tries to look for more ko threats. I'm sure white wants to play the Atari as a ko threat and win the ko, and you know, win the game. If that is the case, the biggest ko threat probably comes from this push, and you can imagine black resolving the ko and then white playing here. Yeah, this is unclear. White's strongest move is like this. This is also unclear. Maybe this is going to be okay. The reason white is all of a sudden okay with these ko threats is white, because black extended at t16, white still has a way to live in the corner now. So very, very interesting how this shape is playing out. Okay, black seizes a moment and fixes the right hand side. This is huge. This ko is now no longer any burdens to black, and white again is the only one that finds a weak group to contend with. So overall success for black, and good. And black revives the two stones. This is very nice. Good job by black in this local corner fight. And the next part is really good too. Hane, this is coming early enough, and where if white just cuts, black is probably fine with just capturing the two stones. White can push first and then cut, but this gets rid of white's own liberties, and this is not unthinkable for white. So basically white can't cut, and therefore the press is a losing exchange. White needs to just jump sideways. Black still cuts afterwards. This is so it's so strong and so vicious. I really like it. Here, while the extend is a perfect, most reasonable move, that we can think of, think about this. After we extend, we may be annoyed at white's peep over here. If we are, we may consider playing the tiger mouse move. It's almost the same as an extend, and we're keeping our territory. So remember, this is another example of the progressive, it's like a winding staircase where we continue to ask more of our position, ask more of our moves, and that way we can make our moves do progressively more and more for us, and we're going to become stronger and stronger Go players as a result. Another very nice idea here is to play this Atari and then extend. This makes white very heavy with 2 stones, and if white does at all save the 2 stones, the turn will probably capture white on the right, and this is unthinkable again for white. So already black has this very strong continuation, and if we group this with the moves that we just talked about, this move, tiger mouse move would strengthen, take care of the bottom black group. And now if we look at what the result of this fighting is, black has 1 group and white has 2 groups on the left and right. Very a good way to sort of really try to maximize our values in the game. Likewise for white, the move here is to Atari and make the black stones as heavy as possible. This also brings in this Tengen white stone here, which could be useful. And then if you imagine if white gets another exchange here, black is not able to make an eye on the middle of the board here, then black needs to make an eye on the right hand side of the board, and this would be white taking care of the middle in Sente, forcing black to live with 12, and then white can think about keeping the bottom group not alive and then jumping left, and all of a sudden this is very promising for white again. So it's very important for black to sort of see the most important stones on the board, or more importantly, to see that the 2 stones are not totally important and are expendable. And so black does see this in the game. This is perfect. This game had a good chance of getting out of control, but and so here for white, plays a more forceful Atari rather than this move. And for black, even if white Ataris, don't try to save the 2 stones, play the most important moves, protect your bottom group by making territory. Okay, good fighting, good fight. In the game, white ends up in Gote capturing 2 stones, and black leverages the newfound thickness with the lower side black group and continues to look for more damage. This is again very vicious, and I like it very much. Okay, unfortunately, this viciousness ends up not working, and white is at the end able to keep this captured. Looks like black is not able to get anything more significant than just Atari connect and then playing these moves in Sente. And so maybe black would not be happy with this. In that case, play this Atari and connect and just go and live in the corner. If white plays here, black plays a headbutt, he moves. This is black winning by 1 liberty. That's the basic shape in this corner, but right now, because this Atari by white is also a cut, a peep, black may not like this that much either. So hence we probably have to go with our normal just giving up sacrifice move. This is a famous life and death problem. White extends and then just throws in an Ataris instead of blocking, and this way black has like one less liberty than it appeared, because white can capture 2 stones and gain a liberty here. A bit of a blind spot, so white is actually winning this liberty race, and there's only one way to win it, by extending to d1. I'm not sure if white realizes this in the game or not, but in any case, probably not, because the game is white losing the whole corner to black, and white would only be okay with this if white's able to capture black totally. So let's see if white is able to capture black totally. By totally, I mean without Aji, without Sentes, without Ko. This looks like white did do it, so good job, white. The move is to extend, capture back 1 stone, and then Atari with the cut, and white is able to capture black. And then the game could continue, although even if this group dies for black, the bottom is only 40 points for white, and the whole game still very much favors black. Remember, black turned a 10-point white corner into a 20-point black corner. That's already 30 points, so there's no way black is doing badly in this game. Okay, so but in all in any case, in the game, white allows black to live, and this will be totally game over soon. Black survives everywhere, and this was a great example of a a dominant fighting game from black here. And at the end here, white goes for this cut, and then ends up losing another group. So this is like the most fun game ever for black, where the fighting kept going well, and just kept going better and better. So looking at the game reviews, we see this connect was marginally worse. The best move was to there was slightly better, but the difference was much smaller than I expected. Black took an advantage in the right hand side, as we talked about. Here here white should have been able to keep black captured, but and white did end up capturing black's bottom group in exchange, but connected here, so that ended up really doing it. So good game. I did not realize our organizer Milan was this strong, so very good showing. White, I know for sure, is I think he won the 2Q division at the New York tournament, and he was doing so well that he tried self-promoting to 2-dan in a previous tournament. Didn't win, so didn't keep the 2-dan, went back to 2Q, but still that just shows Milan is, our organizer's good. Okay, and so we have our last game. It's Bob versus Esteban. This is a 4Q and 3Q, and it's Zebra Bob. Let's go see. Very nice. Go straight for the 3-3. No wasting of any time. This is great. I like it. Don't waste it. Yeah. Straight to the point. Straight to the practical moves, and everything. Straight to the 3-3. Nice. Okay, this is good. Because white is able to just jump or to just slide, usually we don't. White doesn't like to press to crawl one more move on the third line, but this crawling move does make white's corner much stronger than before. So it's it's okay. So here, and this move, and then a cappy move, and then connect, very proper, very nice. However, the following moves seem very generous to me on black's end. I hate my opponent's territory, so I always recommend this kind of harassment move. Here there's another good peeping at a cutting point move by black, and it's a good one to use as a stepping stone for an invasion, and black is going to use these follow-up sentes, something like this. For example, if black is able to get all these sentes, I'm sure black will survive. This Atari is a slap Atari, almost always important to do it. I'm sure black would be happier with this connect. It's very, very thick. Okay, so white presses and black extends. Extend is a very proper reserved move. It's very good, and we just talked about how when I'm a very in-your-face kind of Go player, so whenever I like a move, I recommend a move that's reserved, or if you play a reserved move and I like it, it's always good. Okay, always good. Okay. White tenukis, good, good, good. And the next move is a turn or or a jump. Let's see how the other stuff happens first. This is a classic Joseki here. Black needs to play this this push. It just exposes cutting points in the white shape, and it does not cost black anything. So it's a clear do, and there's no downsides. If we just jump, white is gonna press, and this way it's not so much the press, but the other headbutt is gonna be sente. The push and cut is is able to do damage to black. So this is a very good defensive move that also puts some pressure on black. The game move is also a very good defensive move. It's probably even better for defensive purposes, but it puts so much less pressure on black that it's not recommended. Okay, in the game black turns and then attaches. This is probably going to happen. In the game black cuts. This is ultra aggressive. Let's see how the next moves happen. This is the strongest response, so good. It looks like black didn't have a well thought about plan. So if black did, I would recommend this plan. Hane, if white cuts or blocks. If white, Ataris, that's okay. You will capture a very large side stone. Cut is easy. We can Atari and then just double Atari or connect and Atari. So if white blocks, we probably are able to still play this very nice double Hane. If white does anything else, we connect. If white plays any of the two cutting points, Atari, and if white connects, we Atari and Atari here. This is a double Atari. White gets destroyed. If white captures, this is already the same thing. Atari, white is destroyed. If white connects, we capture this, and then that's sente, and we capture this. So this is a very, very good plan that takes advantage of white's liberty shortages. So white probably can't fight hard locally here. So that could have been a great plan, very, very devious and everything. In the game, it seems like black just didn't think this through, and so extended. This will actually help white's liberties a lot, and so all the shortage of liberties that we talked about will not matter as much, paradoxically. So here, if white just turns and Ataris, this is already very, white keeps all of this, and then if white can still block here, and white can, I don't think white can be stopped in this local area. This would be very good for white. White plays here. This is also strengthening some white stones, so it won't be bad, but it doesn't strengthen the weakest of the white stones in the area, which is those two. And if those two stones get captured, white loses all of the territory on the left, and this is a disaster for white. So good job by black here. He was able to take advantage of a mistake by white. Here again, it's very hard to defend everything, and when we're attacking, you know, at least white had the right idea, right? White didn't just go for the capture. That's what most of us fall prey to. So white did have the right idea, defended. It was just not the weakest attacking stones. It was the second weakest attacking stones, and the weakest attacking stones died, and black survived. So disaster. Here black will want to play the crawling move, trying to get Sente life, and that would be best. And even if black can't get Sente, play a move like 3, play a move like this extend, so that you make yourself a backdoor, which saves your corner, and you are making your lower right corner. So good plan. Wow, this is perfect. Joseki, very modern, very AI approved, but the big losses on the left is turning very, very decisive. So for this game, so white did make a very big upper side territory, but that would not be enough unless white captures all of these. Good job, white. Yeah, at this moment, so here, black, I think, Zebra Bob, he at the cusp of victory. Yeah, black is definitely better. It's not so clear how much it's better at. Same idea. So in the game, black committed to cutting white in Gote, and it might work. Instead, we could peep at white, play another peeping move. It's very fancy peeps, and then have white play a move to connect. This is safe, and we can probably capture more of these white stones. So in the game, this is a bit tight. It seems like the move is to peep and then play here, and this looks like black is going to be okay. But in the game, black just Atari'd. This lost a lot of liberties for black. Black ends up running out of liberties, and the game gets totally upside down. And here, white. This was pretty nice. A very nice peep. White needs to just dodge the point of the spear. Interesting. I see. So here, white does need to capture with a move, and yeah, okay, all right. So in the game, white extends. This keeps the capture alive. Black keeps the capture alive. Black cuts. Wow, this is very interesting. And at the end here, white ends up playing another move to capture in the back, and this slows white down too much, to the point where black is, well, okay. So here, black needs to use all of his resources. This Hane Connect is Sente. It's a great thing to use. If you're a little antsy about the corner, then just play the extend, and then we can play this and just use this this long leg, and then work. We can also even extend. So black was totally okay here. In the game, black messes up, and this becomes a ko. Still though, this seems a little bit more promising for black. However, this is not a ko threat. Black lost a liberty here, so this is, I think, white's last chance. Okay, so black ends up finding a ko threat, so good for black, and white ends up finding a ko threat to connect, which is good. And if white can keep the middle from connecting, then it's all good. Wow, what a heavy complicated fighting game. Very interesting. At the end, White was able to do it and capture the biggest group we have ever seen. Very nice, very nice. So Black did such a good job early, but when the game really was on the line, was not able to fully play this part right, and at the end, this was a very, very exciting finish. Very exciting game. I'm sure Black should have had this captured from what we talked about, but at the end here, having that ko really saved it for White. Congratulations everyone, and thanks everyone who played naol Season 20. See you guys in Season 21. See ya.